Ya, kembali lagi dengan story campaign dari game Kingdom Come Deliverance di part 2 ini. Terakhir kita habis bakti sama orang tua, terus pedang udah dibuat. Tahu-tahu ada serangan dari kerajaan lain yang nggak tahu dari mana dan nggak ada kabar, tahu-tahu dibunuh aja gitu. Dan orang tua kita meninggal, orang tuanya si Henry. Di depan mata Henry sendiri. Aduh, kasihan. Dan ini kita ditugaskan untuk kabur ke kerajaan lain untuk melaporkan masalah yang terjadi. Oke. Ya, kabur. Kita harus kabur ke kota lain buat kasih kabar kalau kota Skies lagi diserang ini. Jadi aku lihat ada yang ngejar ini. Kabur kita nih. Apa tuh?
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Teresa tuh. Suruh naik kuda, suruh kabur sih. Kita rasanya diperkosa lagi.
Ya.
Sorry Teresa. Kita harus kabur Teresa. Duh, mantap.
Ya.
Lang kita 2 orang.
Tudod, hogy fog végződni?
Ya. Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Flee!
Végettek, genyó!
Hát ez rövid lesz.
Dikejar kita.
Flee! To Talmberg!
Udah capek bro.
Kitekerem a
Ja.
nyakat, te nyomoron!
Most véget! Flee!
Tur.
Go! They'll kill you all!
Ma a pokolban végzett!
Yeah.
Kabur.
Go! They'll kill you all!
Kittä kerämonjokotte numorons. Megöllek büdös!
Mau ngapa sih lu? Oke.
Kitki, het landval! Ja! 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 Oh my god! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Skeleton's been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Kejar! Kejar!
Hagio! Hosungine!
They're turning tail!
Selamat.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from?
Siapa kamu?
What
Dari
in
mana?
hell's name happened?
Apa ada yang
Come from
terjadi?
Skalitz.
Ad-
They burned it to the
apa yang
ground.
terjadi?
Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Nyerang tiba-tiba.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
Sembuhin dulu.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Mas lemas dah.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to
Kejar.
Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I was
Beberapa
included.
orang berhasil menyelamatkan diri di
As I
kastil.
fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the
Tentara
core of his army.
Sigismund.
Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry.
Hello.
It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us.
Masih telah
Robard, take care of
meresikokan
Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat
pahamu
and some rest.
Yes, sir.
ke sini.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Kayaknya bentar lagi tentara Sigismund kesini nih. Suruh warga yang pada masuk kastil.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Suruh makan.
I heard
Must
of your father. They say he was a swordsman who
eat.
moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talent. I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate
Milady.
our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Suruh lepas sepatu sebelum tidur ya. Iyalah. Kali dipakai. Reputation loss. Apa? Kan mak lapar. Wah, udah ngantuk nih kita. Ambil semua aja kan. Ini bopong nih. Makan banyak langsung digeragas habis. Aduh, ayam gua. Apel. Yang satu lah. Yan. Weh, makan dulu guys. Oke, udah makan. Jangan lupa minum. Overeating, you've been too much.
Damn, I'm tired.
Oh, kekenyangan, Pak. Oh, kalau kita habis minum alkohol, strength-nya jadi nambah. Udah ngantuk banget nih. Udah oleng jalan. Tak tidur. Guys. Untuk sleep. Kayak jam subuh lah. Habis itu sholat subuh, oke? Oke. Lah, udah bangun. Tidur bentar.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this
Ngapain
hour?
kamu kesini, Mbak?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either.
Habis tidur juga.
I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank
Mau
you.
ditemenin.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Intinya dia ngasih apa gitu, biar sabar, melipur laranya si Henry.
You
Ceritain
might be
aja.
right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get
Bunuh
married.
ayah ibunya.
She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund butchers.
And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who
Teresa tadi.
planned to violate her.
Kosa dia. Mau nolong tapi nggak bisa gitu. Bohong. Nggak
I
mungkin.
wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Trauma ya mungkin.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are
Bukan setan
corrupted
ini.
by greed, envy, and pride. You
Nggak
must
boleh
not lose
putus
faith,
asa.
whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
Suaminya di penjara.
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and
16 tahun.
all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
7 tahun.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a
Akhirnya
ransom.
bayar
And
buat
only then, by the
biar
grace
bisa
of Lord
bebas.
Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now,
Sepian ya nih.
we're here.
Cuekin nama suami terus sibuk.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad.
Itu
Would it
benar
were
nak.
true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Yang ngintip dong tadi. Senyum, suka dia sama tadi ladynya. Wah, biu burung.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Mimpi nih.
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Ya, kayaknya cukup dulu buat part ini. Lanjut lagi part berikutnya. Jadi tadi kita habis mimpi buruk. Sebelum tidur ditemenin sama si Milady ngobrol-ngobrol. Ini kita kayaknya mau patroli nih. Jadi disuruh patroli sama Robert. Ya, itu dulu buat hari ini. Thanks sudah nonton. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe kalau video ini menarik buat kamu. Thank you, dadah.